Alright, looks like we're live. Hello and welcome to another episode of The Joy of Planting. We're gonna go hop back into aeronomic again. I've done a little bit of work off stream, mostly just playing around with a couple ideas of off course stuff, so nothing nothing really serious, just like dabbling in roads and uh, I think planning out a couple potential ideas for 16 and or 15 and 16. Um, I'm really liking. I think 17 could potentially be really cool. It sits on a really interesting site there. However, I'm not entirely sure on 18 yet. It's kind of in an awkward spot. I might actually end up moving it. Could move it up this way a little bit so that it the 18th green gets reasonably close to the clubhouse. I'll have to rework that stream, I'm sure. I could probably just route it back out. Could route it out this way or something so you're driving over it. Yes, Orion, hi. Which is possible. Because where it's at now is probably not a great spot for it. Oh yeah, and I did the clubhouse. So I threw a couple ideas down and I liked what I had, so I think that might be our clubhouse for now. I'll have to find a way if there's a I made a quote unquote door out of how am I blanking? The canvas walls. So I don't know if that'll I'd love to find some kind of way to detail it so it looks more like a door, but we'll figure it out. Hey man, how's it going? Yes, Orion is wandering around the house yowling cuz that's what he does. All right. So yeah, and I threw a road down out to the side here, so we have a little bit of a boundary out this way. I'll figure out how to fill in houses and off-course stuff at some point. But I think that's all I've done off-stream. I haven't touched 14 at all. That's the last one I did on stream where I just chucked a couple quick ideas down. Thought about editing the splines, but it's okay. Actually, here. We can probably just jump right back in that. So, do something like that. Yes, he's feeling very talkative today. I mean, he's always very talkative, but he's especially talkative today. I mean, he did get about a half hour of playtime and he got fed before I went live, so he should be good. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't still want some attention. He he's hopped up right on my desk, sitting on my keyboard at the moment. We will do the best we can. I don't think he'll get in the way too much. Alright, so I think that's still about where we want our fairway for this one. I don't know if I want any. I probably don't want any aprons around the green or anything. Or I mean, well, I guess it has an apron, but runoff areas. That's what I'm thinking of. Since this is a relatively gettable par five, so you want the second shot to have a little bit of danger to it. All right, so we already have the green in. I'm pretty happy with that shape. I think we're good there. I don't think we need to redo that one at all. So that means we can just lay in the fairway and we're good to go. Well, they are certainly fast. Man, those bots are just getting crazy efficient anymore. It's ridiculous. And he's deleted now. Wish there was a way I could remove that from the playback, though, but yeah, it's okay. It is what it is. Alright, so we'll go ahead and throw these around the outside. Oh, I just realized I haven't talked to Eric about the Twitch extension for the music he uses. I had promised I'd probably have some background music next time I streamed, and I do not. I completely forgot about that. That's my bad. We'll get some at some point. In the meantime, it'll be a little quiet, but that's okay. Yep, exactly. It's you pretty much go live and a bot will immediately hop in. It's quite astounding. I wonder if bigger streams have, like multiple bots or something hopping in. That would be really interesting. If your stream starts getting bigger, do you have like groups of bots hopping in, or are they pretty efficient about just one per? Or well, I guess they'll do two at a time, which is also seems inefficient. But hey, all right, here we go. Yep, I think that looks a fair bit better. There, we can go delete these guys. Those are a little big for the scale of the bunkers on this course, so we'll have to work a couple other ones in there. Oh, and I need to add the rough fringe around the green and the fairway. Let's do that. Before I forget. There we go. Alright, so that should be good. Now I just gotta throw in bunkers and tee boxes and sculpt the green, and this one should be about good. Ooh, actually, I need to throw some trees on the outside of this one, because that's going to determine how we route 15. I think I'm going to have to bump that one out to the side a little bit, but hopefully not too much. Yeah, actually, I'm going to have to bump it a fair bit, because we want to give it a little space to breathe before you end up in the trees. Alright, so throw that one in there. You can throw a couple oaks, like the tall ones, why not? Again, we'll figure out all the kinds of trees we want to throw in here, but I don't think I have any. Oh, I do have a couple tall pines. You could throw a couple in there as well. Let's see. That's probably a little big for what we want. Actually, I have an idea. Let's move these guys up a bit. Something like here. And we'll throw a couple like tall ones you can kind of see under for the divider ones here. Actually, there's some ash trees I can use for that too. that's not bad. And maybe another, throw spruce in there somewhere. Maybe one more elm just to mix it up or something like that. But that's a decent. I think that's a decent divider line there. We'll see how that goes. All right. Hey Lucas, how's it going? All right. So we can probably do 3 bunkers on this corner and layer them. That could be that's probably a good look for this spot, especially since big clusters of bunkers is kind of the look for this one. All right. So we have that one there. Can throw kind of a smaller one in the middle there. Something like that. Even though these are a little bigger than the other ones I've been using, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. You have to scale them for the spot they're in, and that's about as big as those are. And now we'll do one a little more elaborate here. Something like that should work. Then obviously we'll sink the front down a little bit, so we get out the raise tool, drop that down, and go ahead and use the same raise brush and raise the back. So that should give us a nice kind of tiered look for those. We'll raise it just a bit more. There we go. And that should work for the corner. Alright, and then back to flatten. I did have a good weekend. Let's see. Sorry, I just missed a handful of chat. Is there such thing as too many different types of pine trees on a course, in your opinion, or should you limit yourself to a couple similar types? It kind of depends. I mean, to be fair, I think most of the pine trees in this game look relatively similar. Or, I mean, I guess there are a couple different types of pines. I've seen a little bit of both. I've seen people do like great courses where they have a very limited tree selection and just do a good job of spreading the utilizing the couple they have to the maximum. And I've seen some good ones where they use um, half the trees in the catalog without it feeling forced. But I think there's kind of a happy middle ground for that in terms of you don't want to use every single tree and it just look you want it to feel kind of tied together and like have a distinct theme, but you don't want to see the same 3 trees over and over again. So probably somewhere in the middle, I guess. Yeah, I'm sorry about working this weekend. That sounds rough. My apologies. Of course, I have to go back to work tomorrow, which will be rough back or rough going back, but it's okay. We all have to go back eventually. All right, so that's about where we want those. We'll just pencil in the shapes. That should be good. We'll see how this looks. Yeah, that's yeah. I suppose that evens out nicely. I might go back and edit these. I'm not sure yet, but at least these bunkers are a start. They're not the best ones on the course, but they look okay. They serve the point. So we can call that good enough for now. And if I decide I want to edit those later, that's something we can do at the end. All right. So I probably want to drop that down a bit. Same with that. Raise this up a little. Hi, kitty. Hello. Also means I probably need to lower this stuff just a little. Maybe not that much. Oh, Ryan, you are very much in the way. Alright, so we have our bunkers around the corner. That works. And then we just need to throw some into the landing area here around the green. Orion's doing just fine. He's feeling very ornery. He's all over my keyboard at the moment. Alternating between trying to sit on my keyboard and trying to eat my phone charger. So the normal. He's just cute. He's cute as always, and he just wants some attention. So I can't get too mad at him. Yes, hello, goofball. Alright, let's see here. Where do I want to put some bunkers? Suppose I can start throwing some in here. I don't know how many I want short of this green. Alright, so I threw one in there. Well, actually, I'd have to change the sculpting a fair bit for that to even be visible. Alright, let's yeah, I can't even hit keys on the keyboard without him trying to rub his face all over the keyboard. That's funny. This might be a little difficult throwing some bunkers down. Kenyon, how's it going? Alright, I'll throw this one in here. That should work. And maybe something like that. We got two there. Maybe I throw... Well, we'll throw one more in just because. Something like that, maybe. Or I could just do those two. I don't know. Maybe I've taken a couple days off from this one, and now I gotta get back into how the hell do I do these bunkers? When you work on other projects or just take some time off, all of a sudden it's very easy to kind of lose whatever flow you had. I feel like that's kind of where we're at right now. I just don't quite know what I want to do with these. Look fine. We'll make this kind of the odd shaped one. That's fine. I suppose we could make both of these kind of oblong, and that's fine. There we go. That works. Let's go with that. Now we'll raise the back just a little bit. Let those sit up just a touch. And then we'll drop the front there. Alright, that'll be good enough. Oh, Ryan, don't hit all the keys. Right now it's This was originally my World Cup course, but I'm leaning toward this not being my contest course at the moment. So currently a warm up. We'll see. I'm struggling to really get the feel of any other ideas for World Cup. So if I'm just really stuck and I can't come up with any other ideas, then this might have to be uh, my eventual World Cup design. But for the time being, I think this project is probably better as just a side project type thing. Plus, then we'll get to publish it earlier instead of finishing mid-January and then sitting on it for 2 months or so. Yeah, I found myself wishing I was on CC this week. I heard the course is a little ambitious in spots, but I really did not get along with the kinetic course this week. So I had my kind of moment of like, I can't remember the last time I've made a cut, and I'm just ready to just be done with kinetic. I've been barely hanging in. Like, can I just go down to CC already? It's gonna happen eventually, and I'm just kind of sick of playing terribly. I was 3 under through 8, and I had just missed a couple birdie opportunities, so it looked like I was finally gonna um, throw a week together, and then I hit the stroke limit on 9 as I ping ponged back and forth off this awkward, but just terrible green, where the pin's on like this yellow orange slope, and you either hit it long and you have this downhill putt where if you miss, the ball goes off the green. So I think I missed 3 of those, and then I had like 2 chips that didn't make it up on that tier and came back to my feet, and another two that, so I either didn't make it up on the tier, or I did make it up on that tier and missed long, and then had a downhill comebacker. It was just a spree of chips I could not pull off, and it drove me nuts. To be fair, hanging with me on kinetic is really not an accomplishment because I am almost always like in the bottom 20 players. So Leyland Bay, how's that course not in the contest? I don't know. Is that the main one? If I'm being honest, I really did I didn't really. I mean, the course was fine. It just didn't appeal to me at all. Like the backdrop is pretty, but the course itself was okay. I didn't enjoy playing it. Alright, so we'll throw one in there. I mean, again, it's obviously very. It's the backdrop is fantastic, but I don't think the rest of the plot is particularly conducive to. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, when I played through it, when I want to go take a look at a course, I usually just speed play it. So I'm just rushing every. I'm not playing for score. So I'm sure. I think I shot a couple over on that one. So Leyland Bay, I think. Whatever Shizree's, or I do not know how to pronounce his name, so my apologies. Um, Again, it feels like an Arctic Fury course in every way, um, both good and bad. Where it's the visuals are great. All of that is nailed as you'd expect, but it also does the Arctic Fury thing in where the golf feels secondary, and it just, so I'll play it and just none of the holes feel like they were laid out with any particular purpose. Every tee shot's kind of awkward. And not to say all Arctic Fury courses are like that, but he does have a fair amount of those. Chrissy, okay, that's fair. Honestly, exactly. I mean, it's you know, you can tell what he's going for, and he does a great job with it. It just doesn't always you know it doesn't always appeal to me. That's just a personal thing. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that bunker. We'll come back to that one. We'll start with these. We'll bump the side up there so we can get the. There we go. That should work. Yeah, exactly. It's just and again, it's he can do whatever he wants. Obviously, he likes doing the visual stuff, and he's certainly very good at it. I look at his projects and go like I wish a little more. It's a little bit of that effort was put into coming up with whole ideas. So they function, but it doesn't ever feel like there's a ton of thought put into the strategy of how it plays. And again, and he's very much going for that Arctic Fury vibe, and I think he struggles a little bit with that as well. But that's also just because it's he likes the visual aspect, and that's what he enjoys out of it. So that's what he focuses on. I can't I can't fault anybody for that because it's you should always design courses the way that you like. And if going for the kind of that whole you know like scene builder you're into the environment and you just want to see what kind of looks you can create with the tools, go for it. It's completely your prerogative. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, the Spain for me, I found that it's like all I remember is like every single hole on his Spain course had a cliff off to the left and a big village built to the right on every single hole. And it to the point of like, okay, like I got it. What else do you have on this one? But again, it's to each their own. Just didn't do it for me. That isn't to say it's bad. Hey Maddie, how's it going? All right, let's see how I can make these bunkers work. Yeah, it's kind of awkward, but it's okay. Yeah, I think this hole will need a little bit of revisiting later, but it's okay. It's a start. Yeah, exactly. I think, and if there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think like most people who play this game are just you know they're not really into golf architecture at all. So they're not looking for that kind of stuff. And as long as it doesn't play like if it plays reasonably straightforward, then the visual and the visuals are there, then they're all about it, which is totally fine. It's you know you don't need to like You don't have to go harp on like all whatever template this hole is, or all the like oh, you can see the raw style bunkers, blah blah blah, that sort of stuff. It's fine. You don't have to be into that stuff to enjoy a golf game. Dan, how's it going? Yeah, eye candy will always be king for the general audiences. It is what it is. Which is why 50% of people who play this game consider Arctic Fury to be the best designer that the community has to offer, because he does the best job of the visuals, and that's certainly true. All right, that's a start. It's those are two different people, Dan. Cavacom, what's up? Yeah, Lucas, I'm surprised it took that long, but it is what it is. I'm not totally convinced that one is not a burner account for the other. Have you ever seen either of them in the same place at the same time? Oh, when Matt chat's free to bring up whatever they want. It's totally fine. I might not focus on certain topics like Scooby Doo moment. Like oh yeah, yes. It was Farmer Jenkins the whole time. Zoink Scoob. All right. There you go. That works okay. The land or the layup ones are blind, but we'll figure those out at some point. Exactly. All right. So we have 14. We need some bunkers, or a little bit of the layout figured out, tweaked, however you want to say it. But we'll drop that down a level. All right. So that'll let you see more of it, but it's fine. All right. So we got that. That's fine. All right. So now we can start editing 15 a little bit. Actually, this one might not need a ton of movement. Movement here. Let's do. Okay. 16 is going to be kind of awkward. I think I need to move this green. I think I need to move this one over here, because that's just a better spot for it. Then we can have, um, then we can have green here, something like that, and kind of big fairway apron down here. Just, just roughly sketched in. Obviously, that's not what we're gonna end up going with per se, or not exactly anyway. And then we have fairway down here. We throw some bunkers in. I don't know how we would do this one exactly, but you could say do a little dog leg out this way, something like that. Obviously, obviously, you don't need. We probably don't need fairway to like here, or up through there, so that's probably fine. I don't know how we do the dog leg there, but there's our option. So if I move the green there, let's say hit a drive around here. How long is it to there? Okay, so it's 300, but yeah, you can almost make that. And then what's our, so then you're hitting like a 6-iron layup. That's kind of awkward. So I could move that tee up a little, make the aggressive play like feasible. I believe the answer is yes, but it's very, very difficult to achieve. There is such a thing as too much bunkers, but I don't believe we've found it yet. It's like dying of a caffeine overdose. It's technically possible, but you'd have to, it's practically impossible. All right. So, I mean, actually, I definitely want to move that tee, if only to create a reasonable amount of space for this hole. Alright, actually, I could move the green over to the right. That might be a more fun spot for I think we were going to do a dogleg kind of left, but I think dogleg right is actually more fun for this hole. Make you really challenge the tree line in order to hit the green. Plus, it's a really nice little green spot anyway. Let's say we do something like that. So we throw the green in there. I could do some runoff over the back. And then do a big hill here. Could maybe even throw let's see, throw a big bunker or a hill behind it, something like that. Speaking of bunkers, I think this hole's gonna have a lot. Actually, let's do it like that, and we'll really narrow this thing down. Maybe like that. Perfect. Now, what's our safe play? That should be about like 200 is fine. Then have a 100-yard shot in. All right. Yeah, and then that means that we'll probably want to go move that tee, but that's fine because 16 is it's in a weird spot right now. That's gonna need a lot of work to make that whole function. So, all right. First things first. Green. Throw that in there. Oh, actually, I need to check the size of this green just to make sure that works. About 40 by 12 and by 20. So that's fair. That's a reasonably sized green. Maybe a little big for a drivable 4, but not unreasonable. We'll throw that little bump in there. Fill. Smooth, and we're good to go. Alright. Naturally, we can make this green a little bonkers. And it's already built on a crazy slope here, so we actually might not really need to do a whole lot to it to make it difficult other than flatten out spots where we can put pins. Like hell, just that there is already a terrifying green, and all I did was flatten it. So there we go, we have like 2 mini tiers and 1 really big tier. Alright, actually, like, considering how little work we did on this one, that's a fairly reasonable green. I can conceivably have 4 pin spots on it. Even though like these slopes are going to require a little bit of touch up just to make sure we have pinnable spots, but that's not bad actually. And then we can probably try to make that top tier a little dicier in spots. Let's see, let's go move the pin. There we go for that. Throw that one in there. We can probably sprinkle a couple more behind it. Or we throw a couple big oak trees back here as well. Alright, yeah, let's move. Let's just get that out of the way. And we'll go over here somewhere. We have plenty of space to work with. Alright, I think that works. Something like that. We'll have some runoff to the back there. Although that's going to totally... Yep, alright. We need to go back and... I guess that's how I make that tier a little dicier, is that it kind of runs off away from you. I can probably lower this a little more as well. Drop this down a little. We'll get all the tiers going. So you can hopefully see everything. I might need to raise this T up a little. We still want the shot to be uphill, but we also want you to be able to see stuff. Of course, I can just raise that hill up a little if I want, which will help. Plus, we can make this pretty dramatic in terms of elevation change. It's a short hole; you can get very dramatic with it. And then, yeah, we'll raise this tier up a little as well. Make that into a legitimate kind of ridge there. Alright, I think that is I think that's a good start. This should work nicely. So we have our green in already, and did our sharpen and smooth. We'll add our rough fringe. Actually, I'll probably have the fairway run dead into the green. That would work. Alright, so yeah, we'll just trace around here. It'll go right up into the green like so. Maybe just duck up around there. Actually, something like that. We can play with the details there later to make that spot work, but essentially get it as close to the green as possible. And it doesn't really have to touch the green. Actually, it'll maybe about here will work. Do kind of the same thing on that side, that's fine. Again, we'll play with it. Doesn't have to be perfect yet. So we'll run it out this way, down to our kind of generous layup area. Alright, there we go. Fill, sharpen, smooth, and we're good to go. Well, that's certainly a start. Actually, I could drop this just a little bit. Plus, then we get to make the fairway a little more tilted, which is fun. Alright, there we go. Sorry, I had to check my phone there for a sec. And that green is fairly intimidating, which is nice. So we're off to a good start there. Oh, I need to go... Also, the rough band, or the fairway band mostly makes sense. Hi, Orion. Hello. Hi. Okay, edit. Rough band. 4.3. There we go. Yeah, the fairway band kind of goes over the green edge a little, but that's okay. It looks fine. It functions. It's good to go. Yeah, this is when we'll probably go a little bunker nuts. But it's also a spot that really suits that. So we'll have one there, and I can probably get away with something like this here. I think. Yep, that should work. That looks fine. Hi, Ryan. Hello. Expand the green to fill in that fairway area to the back. Oh, I guess we could make it like a drivable par 4 reverse Redan type hole, which is interesting. I don't know if this needs it though. That might be an idea to tuck back, tuck in the back pocket for a different project. Like who knows? Maybe if one of my other ideas turns into a World Cup of Design course, then we use that idea on that one. there's those bunkers. That'll work. Oh, you're talking about the bow tie template. I mean, that could be interesting too. I haven't done that on a I haven't done that on a par 4. Oh, that's another one I should do. I You're giving me all these great ideas. Again, that's another one that it's the I would be all in on that if it but I don't know if it really fits kind of the theme of this course, but I think my next one is going to be a little crazier. So that would be awesome for kind of a wild idea. All right, that's fine for now. Oh man, we're gonna go absolutely crazy on the. This area's gonna have a ton of bunkers. So I'm gonna have to fill in like this whole area here. Well, that's probably a bit big for a bunker on this course, but we'll figure it out. I can always make it a little smaller. Something like that. That would work fine. Yeah, that works. Alright, and then do... Let's just do another two kind of small ones here. That should be fine. Do one there. Oh, that's... Yeah, alright. And then another one here, maybe. Not sure. Although I probably don't need that one either. Just these three should work. Maybe. Yeah, that would work fine. And I can put maybe one here and another two here, something like that. And then that would work. Yeah, I might have to in the near future expand that bow tie par 3 that I always do into a par 4 idea just for fun. Okay, and then actually dig the pan of these. Should work. What elements are required to make the most net F hole possible? Well, for starters, it needs to be a prize dogleg hole. It needs tons of bunkers. So I guess it would be a prize dogleg with with a ton of bunkers and a bow tie green or something like that. Um, Obviously a downhill hole. Um, so you can frame all the tee shot and the green and all that stuff. God, what other things do I use as complete crutches? I don't. Uh, I mean, I think that's most of them. If anyone has any ideas, I am open. I mean, you guys probably know better than I do of what you'd need to do to make the most net F hole possible. Oh, coastal cliffside. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good one. Although that's not necessarily a me thing. I think a lot of people use that as a crutch. Like Andre, for instance, does that a ton. Although I guess his are all coastal cliffside or step, so it's not always that way. What's with the measurements following your sculpting tool? I don't I don't know. I mean, it's like these lines, you mean? Or are you talking about actually these measurements that keep popping up when I'm sculpt or putting surfaces down or something? I'm honestly not sure. I wasn't paying enough attention to it to pick up on what the game was doing. Oh, the 1.43 was following you around. Oh, that's weird. HB. All right. We can drop that down just a bit, and go ahead and raise that up a level. Well, that's a solid looking start. Alright, so that's looking good. And then I think we just need to go, yeah, we'll throw a couple more at the back. Whoops. Say something around here. Actually, hold on. Let's do, I think this will work with kind of bow tie-ish or hourglass-ish bunker, and then something yay will work. I think. Yeah, that should work okay. Maybe you want to scale that one down just a little, but that's a good start. Then do something similar back here. Although maybe I just do my kind of standard bunker shape there. That would work. Let's do a quick save just in case these don't quite turn out. Also, because saving is smart, I've been working for an hour and I don't think I've saved yet. So we definitely want to make sure that we do that. Always save frequently. It's always frustrating to have something happen like the game crash or your computer just hiccup, or occasionally where you just get distracted and forgot you hadn't saved and just quit and then realize that you lost the last hour and a half of work, and that's just demoralizing, and then you just have to quit because you can't look at your project anymore. Not permanently, obviously, but there's definitely times where you'll delete stuff by accident and just decide, oh, I can't do any more design today because now I'm just frustrated. Alright, and then that one's fine. So that's in there, and those two are good. Are you the only one seeing it with the 1.4 following you around? I'm not currently seeing any 1.43s following me around. that one looks okay. Something like that should work. Fill in the middles there. Okay. We'll probably scale this down just a little. And we'll raise these up a little bit. Alright, well that's a start. I think that's a solid looking golf hole there. Oh, go back to the sculpting tools. I mean, although I guess if I've deleted all my my markers, it wouldn't show up again. Whatever. We can investigate that some other time. But now I'm curious to see if there's some kind of weird glitch with readouts and sculpting tools. Seems like a very HB thing. Alright, so there's that. Alright, easy. Well, of course now I don't think it's uphill enough. I don't know if you can reach it without a tailwind. We'll give that a quick peek. Oh, never mind. You can easily reach it. It actually might almost be too short, without a headwind for the 295 driver. You almost miss long there with a fast anyway. Of course, for a right-hander, you really can't hit a fast and hit that green, so that should be interesting. So here's a hole that works great for lefties and terrible for righties. All right, so first things first. I think we can make this seems like a good pin one spot. And pin position, very back could work. It starts to run away from you. Then this front one. And then we can make that middle one right at the top of the big tier, pin 4. And that actually works really well. Well, this one turned out pretty cool so far. And then I can just sprinkle some trees behind this green. I might do some of these off stream. Hi kitty, hello. He's feeling very vocal all of a sudden. Alright. Throw that in there because actually sprinkle a couple trees in here too, and that could work. But I can probably do a lot of the planting off stream as well. We don't need to totally overdo it. I mean, I'm sure some people like this, but I also, I'm sure most of my audience doesn't just want to sit here and watch me tinker with background trees for 2 hours. Just got a 42-yard chip and eagle on your own course. Nice. And yeah, Lucas, actually, this might be one of those holes where if you have the Bridgestone 295 driver, where a slow is the correct play, because that'll take a little of the distance off and have it so that you don't overshoot the green, or I mean, and so that it works it left to right there for you. Well, that's a good start there. I think we're on the right path. Action, I can. Probably throw a couple trees off to the left. I don't want to make most of the holes on this course feel overly um, claustrophobic, but I think this is one that it's appropriate. So we're okay with that on this hole. Do a quick save. All right, we're at a minute and yeah, the open look can really work for some courses, but then again, it's not going to work for every course. Um, I find it works better for really tight routings like this, where there just isn't a lot of dead space in between your holes. So then it doesn't look empty. But your plot will feel bigger. Why not? It's called the joy of planting for a reason. Uh, I mean, I don't mind doing some of it, but it isn't the most. It's a little slower than like designing holes from scratch. Oh, Ryan, will you stop, please? Thank you. This is Boreal, right? Yes, it is. I wanted Boreal to get like the default texture to show up when I put trees on it. Since I figure I'm gonna need that to break up a lot of just the normal pine straw does not work. Um, it's a little too clean and tidy looking, but a little of the kind of like just patchy what do you want to call it, default texture that shows up when you put trees on Boreal was kind of the look that I was going for, or a look that I think would fit this course. All right, so we got 14 finished up. That turned out okay. One sec. What's your problem, huh? What do you want? All right, we're back. Sorry. Orion decided he needed to start trying to tear off the blinds from my window. Actually, here, let's. While I'm looking at it, this one could use. I could sync that a little bit. In case you're wondering why I'm using the raise to sync the bunker pan, it's just a weird kind of glitch slash quirk of the game is that when you apply any flattening to bunkers, it automatically sinks it like a foot and a half or you know foot 10 inches, something like that. So if you wanna run a flat brush over it and keep it level, you actually have to raise it about a foot 10 inches. Just in case folks are wondering what the deal is with that. I assume most of the folks in the audience are familiar with that already, but again, you don't know who's watching, so doesn't hurt. Okay, now do I want to start 16 or do I want to call it a day? Let's see. I'm not 100% what I want to do with 16. Like this is admittedly a very awkward hole. It's kind of in a weird spot. Although I do have to say I was this patch here is very efficient with routing. Between 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, and the only thing, like 17, 18 go off at a little bit of an angle, but uh, if you exclude this little bit of dead space, which I can easily fill in with like off-course stuff, this is one efficient routing. Thanks, man, appreciate it. I mean, part of it is, I mean, I'm a little bit of a quicker designer, but I also do things in a lot of ways that makes the process a little bit more efficient. Let's see, and it's also in a style that doesn't require, like, if you do them right, Parkland courses can be really quick to make. Drop that just a bit as well. I get the feeling 16 is just going to be the weakest hole on the course. There's so much going on here that needs a little bit of help. I can break up the... Alright. Only half done with your contest course and you have 2 months left. What contest is this, by the way? And is this like, I want to say there's like a Facebook one that was running for a bit. I'm trying to think of what contests are running in that time frame. I don't know of any off the top of my head. Gotcha, okay. Suppose this is another one. I could do the opposite of 15 and I ask you to get aggressive on this line. Let's see, if I hit it about on that line, I should end up about there, and that gives me 300. Okay, so we're going to move this tee up a little. Now we're getting a little ridiculous in terms of yardage on this one. I mean, we want it to kind of be a three-shotter, but I want to maybe give you a shot at going for it. At the very least, give you a shot to kind of hit one over here. So I'll try to put a somewhat generous fairway fringe in here. Do something like that if I wanted. So does that even make sense though? Kind of. Let's see. Make more sense if I made the green up here a little bit. We raise that, and then we can run our apron in here. Something like that, maybe. Yep, that looks okay to me. It works out okay for 17. It feels like there's. Dan, what's up? Welcome to the stream. We might be kind of at the tail end of the joy of planting portion of the evening festivities, but I think I can probably keep streaming after this. I'll at least want to lay out kind of an idea for 16, and then I might tinker with this one off stream a bit because this is going to require a ton of work. I am very excited about 17 though. I think this is a really cool piece of land. I'd probably sink that green down a little bit, but I don't know. I think you could go with a really kind of wide but shallow green. Sink that in. Yeah, but the location for this one is cool. I think that's going to be a really appealing looking hole. What is next after planting? Yeah, I might check the reviewer queue. I don't think there's a lot in it. I actually I can go do. I only did one round of courier this week because I did tour rounds. I bombed the first round on a spectacular level, um, and then decided I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go play casual rounds. Kicked some butt in casual rounds and thought, okay, well I'm hot. I should at least go give. I should go give tour rounds a shot, and then I tanked those. So obviously it's just a course thing. I cannot wait to just get demoted from Kinetic already. Could throw a couple bunkers in there. Probably throw a couple in there. Again, I don't know what I'm doing with this one, but we will figure it out. This one's going to require a lot of tinkering. Let's raise this up a little. It's a little. It sits a little low to the stream for me. It's great to have holes that sit on the water, but you generally want the playing surfaces to be at least a little removed from the actual water. It just looks weird when they sit at water level because you're never gonna play a hole that sits a foot off the water level. That's just a recipe for flooding. So it always just looks odd to my eye. We're always gonna have a little bit of insurance against water level issues. Maddie is lurking somewhere. Let's see. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, with the sculpting tool, that thing is following me around. That's my attention has been so focused on the tool itself that I did not see the info thing following me around. That's crazy. Yep, I gotcha. Although if I betcha that only does that. Yeah, it only does that when you enter in the tool when your cursor is on one of the um. Oh, it doesn't do it that time. Oh, nope, there it is. That's funny. Eh. Oh well. He's not crazy. Well, at least not for that reason. Jury's still out on that one. Alright, so this one's still definitely kind of a three-shot par 5. But you can maybe make it over. Here, I think we'll do the basics for this hole and call it a stream for tonight. And then I think not, it won't be the last episode, but on the next episode, which should be 10, I think. I think this is 9. I have to go check the info on this. I can't remember where I'm at. But so for 10, I can probably do 17 and 18. I might do some brainstorming for ideas off stream just so I can finish those up a little quicker. But I think 10 episodes for getting all 18 hole concepts down is not a bad start. And then we'll probably, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do after that. Uh, I will, that won't be the end of the series, but I'm not sure how much um, planting work and stuff I'm going to do uh, on stream or not. We'll see how that goes. I might do highlights of finishing details without doing the entirety of finishing details on stream. Not entirely sure. Especially since I've already been doing some of the little finishing details of the earlier holes off stream as well. Again, I'll evaluate that as we go. This is all still kind of a little bit of an experiment. We're figuring this out as we go. All right, so there's that. Here's our roughed-in bridge, which you can finish up at some point. Yeah, all right, so fairway. That's what we want. It's a little overly wavy, but maybe we can fix that a little bit. Whoops, sorry. Swinging the camera around too much. Let's finish that up. Throw the fairway in there. Alright, so we'll start with that. Let's see how that goes. So this is almost a fairway that doesn't need a ton of bunkers because, hitting the playing surfaces is not what would make this hole. Although this fairway is definitely way too wide. It's probably gonna be 70 yards wide. 50 at the narrow point, and yeah, it's going to be close to 65, 70 at its widest point. Okay, so we'll have to redo that fairway a fair amount. Uh, yeah, the scaling did not do that one any favors. But, what did you say? The fairway being too wide? Yeah, I know. I'm sure that's a shocker. All right. Alright, let's see. So we're still 290 from the green there. So we can end the fairway probably about there is fine. Still, I'm gonna do it again. This is still too wide, isn't it? It's exactly the same. What am I doing? Oh, about not needing many bunkers. I know I'm doing aerodynamic wrong. This is the one course where I should be going all in on bunkers, and I keep saying that I don't need bunkers in spots. So I mean, I certainly didn't. I didn't short on bunkers, but there might be less than you'd expect for the style of course, or for the not this style, but this particular course. All right. Let's see. Oh, I do want to give you a generous layup area there. All right. So maybe I extend that a little bit, and that's fine. So I can probably do that little wind there. It's about where your tee shot should land. And then that makes our landing area about 30 yards, which is fair. Whoops, maybe not that wide. We'll do something like this. All right, I think that's reasonable. I can put a couple bunkers in here, and then I can probably put one, maybe two in there. Then obviously a couple here, maybe one or two there, something like that. You've built 13 holes and you have an equal number of holes with 3 bunkers and bunkerless ones. That sounds like an interesting concept. I'd be curious to see what it looks like. All right, so I think this is about what we want here, and also it's about time we cut this episode. I'll finish this up, and I think once we get this spline down and mark out probably potential bunker sites, then we can call this an episode. And fingers crossed. Well, of course, I still have to finish. I still have to finish this one on the next episode. So it's not like I can hop right into 17 and 18 for episode 10 and finish up all of the whole concepts in one go. So maybe I can either make Oh yeah, that's right. That's it. This is cheesecake, right? Codename cheesecake. Let's see. I did see a little bit of that one. That one looked fun. There you go. Of course, I suppose I could just do this one off stream because honest, I think this is going to be really fiddly. I have no issue, showing kind of some of the struggles of or process struggles, things like that. But you also want to keep things moving just for content's sake. It's a little boring to watch somebody fiddle with the same hole unsuccessfully for 2 hours, or do tiny landscape changes in order to make a concept slowly work better. I can drop that a little bit. Probably raise that as well. Gotta make some bunkers visible off the tee. Oh, I think it's just dropping this hill down should work. Whoops, that was a bit much. Alright, that's good enough for now. I might move these tees a little just to pull away from those trees. It's a little obnoxious. You want them to be there, to feel like they belong there. You just don't want them to necessarily interfere with your shot. It's supposed to be kind of an oh, this green might be a little unputtable right now. Oh well. Maybe I'm not sure. I'll either uh if I come up with an idea and just want to like test it out and see if it works, I'll probably just do this one off stream. If I don't get any ideas, maybe I'll leave it as is for now. And all right, let's go mark some bunkers just because. Yeah, let's play something like that. We'll just do some quick, unfinished sloppy bunkers just to kind of mark out where they'd go. But yeah, I'll either maybe I'll start doing this as part of the uh uh what do you want to call it, as part of the finishing process, or I start uh cleaning up some whole ideas that don't quite work and plant and do that sort of thing. Or I either just hold off on it and finish this hole as part of a kind of a polishing episode, something like that. They're not very good, but they're just marking some locations for me. Let's draw that in. Maybe one there. Whatever, here somewhere. Terrible, terrible bunkers, but yeah. And then I'd have to go crazy on the sculpting to make those spots work. But it should. And that's a decent start. So again, I'll figure out what the schedule is at some point, and I'll let you guys know. But I know I definitely want to sit down and do 17 and 18 in an episode. Even if I'll probably reroute that creek up here somewhere, so that you can. Um, I don't really want that to divide up, like, because this is gonna be it's almost 500 yards and it's uphill. So this is a substantial enough hole without this creek coming into play. So I don't think we want that to be a significant issue in terms of driving. So I think we route it out this way, and I'll probably. Well, do I want to do that off stream? Not sure, because I think I did the rest of this. um, no pun intended. I think I did most of this stream off stream. So uh, we'll figure out how we'd. I want to maybe we show off a little bit of how we do that, but um, again, I'll figure it out at some point. I'll probably do a little brainstorming for these two off stream just to figure out how to attack these, and then we'll just see what the next episode has in store. So I think we'll probably just cut this one here. It was a good stream. We finished up 14. That one's pretty functional. We did all of 15 and threw some quick ideas down for 16. So we can probably actually here. We'll go back a couple just to get a feel for how these flow with the rest of the course. We'll go back a couple holes and uh, you know play through the last stretch of stuff we've done, and then I'll call it an episode. For you folks, here live in the chat, I'll keep streaming, but I'll just cut the stream and be back in a second. But for the episode, we'll cut here. I do like how this one turned out. This is a great hole. I think I did some planting and stuff off stream. I threw in those houses. No, I think I did that during the last stream. So all of this was done, I think, in the last episode. I do break out this plot a little bit off stream just to, you know, if I'm bored and have 30 minutes, I'll hop in and fly around and see if I have some ideas to try out, things like that. But so there's a little work going on off camera, but not a ton. I'm trying to do all the major stuff on stream. Oof, this is gonna be a yeah, we're not making it in two from there. All right, yeah, so we go. Oof, actually, this is a really crazy scoreable stretch. You go gettable par 5, gettable par 4, and that one's not really a gettable par 5, but it's still worth mentioning in terms of scoring opportunities. So I guess we'll have to make sure that we can make the closing two significantly difficult. Since we don't want to end on, 5 scoring opportunities. Or at least significant scoring opportunities. Every hole's a potential scoring opportunity, but what's your cloud setting? Like I think I just set it to light cloud or something. I think it's one of the default ones. I haven't really finalized the weather that I want for this one. All right, so there's that. And then we have 17, which, I don't have a whole idea for yet, but I can just see how promising this little piece of land is. It's a great spot. I can see like a nice kind of sweeping left dog leg up this hill to kind of little perched protected green. That should be a fun shot. All right. Well, I think that's enough for tonight. So thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will see you next time on the next episode. Until then, have a good night.